this radio station on my transistor. I'm getting the Asian station that he's right around, but they're not letting KBLA 1580 come in. I'm not getting the black man. So let Tavis know he's under attack. Cyber attack, racist attack, fascist attack, but he's under attack. And they doing something to disrupt his radio station so they won't get the truth out to us.
Hey, it's Tavis. We appreciate all that love, let me tell you, because we may very well be under attack on all sides. Just because you don't believe in conspiracy theories don't mean they ain't after you. But in reality, sometimes stuff happens with the signal from the studio to the tower, which sends our programming to your car, home, office, or your transistor radio. But when you download the KBLA 1580 app, the sound is clear as a bell all day, all night, anywhere in the world, from Los Angeles to Lagos. So we love all of our listeners, no matter how you hear us. But when you download the KBLA 1580 app and hear that richness, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. But don't take my word for it. Download the KBLA 1580 app right now. I'm Tavis Smiley, and I approve this message.
Hey, Zo, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
When you enter a cult, and a narcissistic relationship is a cult of one. So I'm going to refer to Mark Vicente, what he taught me about cult psychology. You develop a cult self as the narcissist or the cult splits you at an unconscious level. You consent to this and you engage in self-splitting. You carve a piece of yourself off for them. And it's possible that what you've done in the relationship is you've created a more resilient false self to deal with their abusive false self that just dissociated from pain. The relationship has ended. You've stopped using your cult self, your narcissistic survival self, and now you're back to your authentic self, and you're thinking, wow, that really hurt, and I'm going through a lot of emotional dysregulation. So when you enter a cult, and a narcissistic relationship is a cult of one. So I'm going to refer to Mark Vicente, what he taught me about cult psychology. You develop a cult self as the narcissist or the cult splits you at an unconscious level, you consent to this and you engage in self-splitting. You carve a piece of yourself off for them. And it's possible that what you've done in the relationship is you've created a more resilient false self to deal with their abusive false self that just dissociated from pain. The relationship has ended.
So it's really interesting, the adjectives that are being used to describe narcissists. But the adjectives that might be used to describe people who are not considered, narcissists. What is it? Imposter syndrome? What is it? Like, they use these nicer words, or they frame it differently. But I'm telling you, on a spiritual level, as a matter of fact, welcome back. The Voice of Reason is back in the building. I'm so happy to be back. I had a couple of days off during the middle of the week. I'm back for my Friday, which is today, to continue the work that the Voice of Reason has been doing. Now, I played that clip not so as to talk about narcissists, right? I'm really trying to open you guys up to understand that the way narcissists are being framed is like those people over there. And what I'm basically trying to tell you is, number one, there are more narcissists than we actually know. We have to be honest about that. I mean, these are guesstimations and estimations, but every time they start to really do the work and drill down, they start to say, it could be more than what we previously believed there were, right? Dr. Ramani is basically saying, 1 in every 6 people you meet, right? But what I'm also trying to point out is narcissists aren't the only people who need supply, right? And so what's interesting here is that guy framed it like the narcissist has a cult self. But wouldn't that fit Carl Jung's mask of the persona? The mask we wear, with the mask actually means persona, like our personality, right? And what's interesting is, unlike a weave or a wig, when you get home and you pull it off, you like, I'm behind closed doors. I'm in my home. I'm in the comfort of my home. I can get comfortable, right? Well, I'm going to pull these tracks out, or I'm going to take my braids out, or, you're at home, right? But most people, when they're in intimate relationships, and even when they're at home, never pull that mask off. And that leads us to tonight's topic. You've heard of the saying, which I think is toxic, happy wife, happy life. I think that's exceedingly toxic. I also think that the way we frame our conversations, we frame it from the position that we believe in. A lot of times we do not stand in an objective space to kind of understand both sides. No, we lean towards our personal beliefs and values. And this is why I do this show. But you've heard of that. Happy life, happy wife. Tonight's topic, double life equals man and wife. A deeper look at the multifaceted consequences of living on the DL. What do you mean living on the DL? Are you talking about cheating and sneaking out on each other? Well, that's one type of DL. See, let me just say, social media and all this marketing and everybody's talking, right, that kind of DL, right? Everybody talks about that, but nobody talks about the financial down low. If you have, right, a secret bank account, are you on the financial down low? Could it wreak as much havoc? What about spiritual down low? We had a sister call in. I don't know if she called in on... The sister called in and basically said she had been faking being a vegan to her husband. She cooked vegan food, eat vegan food with her husband, with the kids, feed them. But then when she went out with her girlfriends, she would eat what she can't eat round him. That's the DL. And what's interesting is if you go on Google and you type in the DL lifestyle, it's going to come up and it's going to villainize black men. It's going to say, well, black men, faking to be heterosexual are going out being with other men while they're married. The definition of the DL is the black man. But if I can point out, just like as the sister was on the DL with her diet, I know brothers personally and sisters who have several bank accounts that their significant other knows nothing about. That's the financial DL. Double life, happy man and wife. Is everything supposed to be known? Right? A deeper look at the multifaceted consequences of living on the DL. There are multiple types of DL here. What are some unintended consequences associated with living a double life in regard to your emotional and spiritual state? Are you betraying a higher spiritual calling to follow your religion and ultimately appease friends and family? Is this considered spiritual fawning? Like, I got to make sure everybody else is happy, so I can't participate in the belief system that I want to. Are you on the down low spiritually? That's a heavy question, right? What if you're with your partner because they bring a certain amount of emotional security, emotional safety, even financial safety, but you get your sexual rocks off somewhere else? And it doesn't have to be homosexual. It could be heterosexual, either or, whatever the construct of your relationship is, right? There are a lot of people on the DL in some way, shape, or form. If you can't be vulnerable, by definition, you're on the DL. Can't open up, you're on the down low. That's an interesting way to look at it. Right? Could our hidden desires be considered snapshots of the conditioning we received in childhood and of our unhealed wounds? Well, I'm not going to talk about it. We're in a relationship together, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to open up. How long does it take certain people to open up and share when they're living a double life? Right? Have you ever taken your significant other around your boys and she notices that you act a lot different around them than you do? So in her, I've seen it a few times. They be looking at me like, oh, so this is who you are right here when I see you with them. I'm just asking, are you living a double life? I want to know what you guys think. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason has returned to KBLA. We about to get it lit. You already know I run through questions, but we love to get your perspective on tonight's topic. Get in here, 1-800-920-1580.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tavis Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere.
This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Secrets are all around us. You're probably keeping a secret right now. When we keep a secret, we're often trying to protect something. Maybe we're trying to protect ourselves and our reputation or what other people think of us, or maybe we're trying to protect someone we care about. But when we hold back from other people, it's not always protecting the thing that we're hoping to protect, and it often brings harm to our personal health and well-being. It can feel really isolating, and it can feel like it's something you should be ashamed of. And feelings of shame are one of the most toxic emotions that we can have for our health. When we feel ashamed, we feel like we're a bad person and that there's nothing we can do to change that. But also, that secret is going to be on your mind quite frequently, and your mind is going to return to that secret time and time again. We're living with those secrets alone in our thoughts, and when we choose to be alone with something, we often don't develop the healthiest way of thinking about that thing. Once you better understand how your secrets are hurting you, you can have a better sense of how you can...
Listen, would we hide so much from our significant others if we didn't hide from ourselves? In what ways do we scapegoat our shadow selves for the purpose of seeming extremely happy? That's what social media has done for many people. Social media is the mask that Carl Jung was talking about for many people. Would we hide so much from our significant others if we didn't hide so much from ourselves? Right? This is a heavy conversation. And oftentimes it's framed as if men are just on the down low. And it's talking about homosexuality and heterosexuality and bisexuality. I'm speaking even deeper. No diddy. I'm talking about the things you hide that cause you to prepare a particular type of image for your significant other. Do they know the real you? Right? Oftentimes men hold it together because we've been conditioned to, but when we lose it, we may have heard something from our female significant other, our woman. She may have said something like, I don't know who you are anymore. Well, okay, that's fair. But in what ways do women do the exact same thing to men? Doesn't have to be physical, doesn't have to be aggressive, but in what ways do women obfuscate the truth of who they are from the men they're with? In effect, living a double life. Double life, happy man and happy wife. See, I know people are coming into this live and listening to this radio show thinking, I'm talking about the down low, the scandalous. He was, that's one aspect of the down low. I've been married to him for 20 years, and I just found out that he was on the other side. Yes, that's one kind of being on the other side. There are many other kinds. We gave you financial infidelity. We gave you emotional infidelity. What if the person at my job understands me better than you, both emotionally and psychologically? What if they give me better advice than you do? What if they're a better listener than you are? Huh? What if they're more empathetic than you are? How many people have set up a double life to be able to extrapolate that supply from the house husband or the work husband and the work wife, because they supplement that person in a way that their wife or husband can't? Is that not a double life? Can we get triggered together? Get to your phone lines. The number to dial is 1-800-920-15. I just want to know. See, because like I said, if we go online and we look up the down low, it's going to say African American men. So now I ask the question, can women live on the down low as well? Huh? How does the DL phenomenon manifest differently or similarly, right? That's very interesting. Differently or similarly for women, especially in relation to societal and familial expectations. In what ways do women conceal their true desires, identities, or spiritual paths to maintain social acceptance? That's a type of DL. And nobody wants to be honest about it. Nobody wants to be truthful about it. But can women live on the DL as well? Doesn't mean you're secretly a lesbian. Doesn't mean that. It means, what if you're wearing a mask even in your most intimate moments? It's about to be deep. Is it possible to be on the spiritual down low? People say, well, what is the spiritual down low? It's a real thing. Is it possible to be on the spiritual down low? Right? Heavy conversation here tonight. What is the spiritual down low? How does hiding one's true spiritual beliefs or preferences from the public or family or even your significant other parallel living a double life, right, in other areas? What are the consequences of denying one's spiritual path? Can you be closeted in your belief? Now, you've heard the term closeted. Closeted means just they're in the closet. They haven't come out about their sexuality. But I think you could be spiritually closeted. I think you could be emotionally closeted. I know we can be financially closeted. Look at the layers and the dimensions to the DL that I'm telling y'all about tonight. When I come forward, I am inviting you all. Get on the phone lines. I want to talk to you. 1-800-920-1580.
What am I supposed to do? Maybe I just changed. Or could I be wrong for you?
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A new report shows that healthy black women are more likely to undergo unnecessary C-sections than white women. That's what a study of 1 million births in 68 New Jersey hospitals shows. A black woman with a health profile similar to a Caucasian woman is 20% more likely to have her baby via C-section, even at the same hospital. Researchers concluded that racial bias, coupled with financial motives to fill operating rooms, played roles in their doctors' decision-making. A new affordable housing complex is being dedicated in Portland, Oregon's Overlook neighborhood. The Dr. Darrell Milner building is named for the former department chair of black studies at Portland State University and a local expert on the history of black Americans in the West. The project is part of the Alberta Alive initiative to celebrate and strengthen Portland's historically black North and Northeast neighborhoods. People with historical ties to the area will be given preference as these 63 units are rented. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
September 15th to 21st is Asthma Peak Week, with the highest concentration of asthma flare-ups and hospitalizations. To become a more active participant in your care, visit luma-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
Tavis is under attack. I can't get his radio station on my transistor. I'm getting the agent station that he's right around, but they're not letting KBLA 1580 come in. I'm not getting the black man. So let Tavis know he's under attack. Cyber attack, racist attack, fascist attack, but he's under attack. And they doing something to disrupt his radio station so they won't get the truth out to us.
Hey, it's Tavis. We appreciate all that love, let me tell you, because we may very well be under attack on all sides. Just because you don't believe in conspiracy theories don't mean they ain't after you. But in reality, sometimes stuff happens with the signal from the studio to the tower, which sends our programming to your car, home, office, or your transistor radio. But when you download the KBLA 1580 app, the sound is clear as a bell. All day, all night, anywhere in the world. From Los Angeles to Lagos. So, we love all of our listeners, no matter how you hear us. But when you download the KBLA 1580 app and hear that richness, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. But don't take my word for it. Download the KBLA 1580 app right now. I'm Tavis Smiley, and I approve this message.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys.
Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys.
How about we drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and Sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is...
grab the keys?
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% APR on all 2024 Silverado 1500, Blazer EV, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Colorado models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment, 12.7%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 9/30/24.
Mark your calendar for October 2nd. It's California Clean Air Day. When you go Metro, you'll enjoy free rides and help clear the air. We can reduce pollution and create a healthier environment together. Let's all ride for a cleaner tomorrow. Start your journey at metro.net.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Show me how to decide what you want from me.
Look, people are willing to put up with various quirks in their partners simply to keep the relationship going. But if you're consistently made to feel uncomfortable or uneasy because you feel as if you cannot trust your partner, then making the decision to end the relationship may be the logical one for you. Being with a person you can't trust makes a healthy relationship impossible. It becomes an emotional disaster for you. Don't you deserve better? Remember, breakups often begin when one person keeps a secret from their partner. Because once one starts keeping secrets, where does it end? So, if you've enjoyed this video...
Boy, that was all fear. Once one does something, where does it end? So we're gonna teleport to the future. We're gonna disrespect the present and teleport. This is why, let me just explain something to you real quick. This is why apologies don't work. Forgiveness don't work. Because most of us are teleporting to the future. What if it happens again? You know what that's called clinically? Psychologists call that anxiety. You have anxiety. Anxiety is false fear. If a damn Bengal tiger walked by this door right now and looked in, that's real present fear right there. Most of our relationships are the mistrust that we have. Now, this isn't to say that people don't do things to, break our trust or betray us in some way. Yes, we do that. But what I'm saying is, after the wound has happened, right? We keep going back and revisiting the wound. Why? Because the wound is tied into our body, our central nervous system. And we've been taught that a person is responsible for helping you regulate your emotions. No, they can assist, but they're not responsible, right? Like the way people are saying this now, I don't know what therapist told somebody, find somebody who can regulate your central nervous system. That's not your partner's job. That's your job first. Okay? And what I'm trying to explain to you guys with tonight's topic is most of us are not going to be honest about this. We live a double life. What does it mean when somebody says, keep it on the down low? Right? How has the phrase evolved culturally? And what are the implications in context beyond sexuality, such as financial, emotional, or spiritual secrecy? Keep it on the down low. Right? 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear from you guys. This is going to be interesting. All right? What is another word for down low? How can terms like discreet, covert, or undercover be applied to different aspects of living a double life? See, I know a lot of y'all are living a double life. You can't sit in the cigar lounge with me and tell me to my face, women are better liars than men, but we don't lie. Huh? What? How can you be better at... Oh, we're doing it more, so that means we've got practice, but you're somehow better and not doing it? Listen, I understand. Nobody wants to be seen as a liar, but the point that I'm breaking down here is many of us live a double life. All you got to do is sit down and listen to a woman critique a man about the flaws in the way that he lies. She'll be like, your facial expression gave it away. Your body language gave it away. Right? Your tone and the delivery. You never get that snappy unless you start lying. I'll be paying attention to you. That's how I know you like. Women will reveal, they will tell you. And I'm saying, you just know that. You know what the telltale signs of lying look like, yet you don't do it. And then when you sit and listen long enough, they'll start telling you, oh, well, this is how we lie. And this is why we're better at it than you are. And this is why we don't get caught. I posit tonight, and this is no disrespect, but I posit tonight that there are way more women on the down low than there are men. I know. See, I don't want y'all to take that and, oh, he's attacking women. No, I'm not. I think society has cultivated your ability to be covert. It really has. Can we be honest? Right? What are the characteristics of a down low man? What behaviors or psychological traits are common amongst men who live on the DL? And how do they justify or rationalize their secrecy? Was the brat's wife on the DL? Huh? She just had a baby, got married to the brat. It's a same-sex couple. But was she on the DL during this whole time? See, it's easy to throw the men out there, throw them under the bus. Oh, he's on the DL. He must be, you know. What about the brat's wife? And I keep trying to tell y'all, beyond sexuality, there's the financial DL. There's the emotional DL. There's the spiritual secrecy DL. Listen, can we be honest? What is the difference between the concept closeted and DL? How does the concept of being closeted differ from being on the down low? And what are the emotional and societal pressures associated with each one? We know if somebody is closeted, they're struggling with their sexuality and they're not quite ready to come out and speak on it. Somebody on the DL has made peace with whatever their sexual inclination is or proclivity might be. And now, but they still not ready to step out and say, let me talk about it. To my friends, to my family, or even to my significant other. But that's just the sexual piece. Are you on the DL if you just with a provider? Huh? They there just to give me, to make sure I'm safe and secure and bills are paid, da-da-da-da. Huh? But I get my, listen, I know folk who get their supplements from other people. Huh? Multiple ways to be on the DL, I hear. When we come forward, the voice of reason, I'm opening up the phone lines. I want to talk to y'all. 1-800-920-1580. We got a lot to talk about.
Is it good to you? More voice of reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
In California, the use of man-made stone is causing workers to get silicosis. Silicosis is a fatal disease caused by breathing in silica dust from cutting, polishing, or grinding man-made stone. To prevent silicosis, employers must provide their workers proper equipment, including water systems and NIOSH-approved respirators. Stop dusty and deadly practices. Learn more at worksafewithsilica.org. This is a message from Cal OSHA.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My lord, I love you, and durst commend a secret to your ear much weightier than this work.
Aside from Shakespeare's Old English flair, those lines sound a lot like conventional wisdom. Secrets can be heavy. Even today, we talk about how secrets can weigh us down. But is that just a saying? Or does it come from real physical experience? In 2012, researchers developed a series of studies to test that metaphor. Secrets can weigh us down. The first part asked people to recall and write either a small or large personal secret. Then they were asked to judge the sturdiness of a table, the durability of a water bottle, the temperature of a park, and the steepness of a hill shown face on. But everything except the hill was a distraction. Participants who wrote about big secrets judged the hill as significantly steeper than those who wrote about small secrets. And that matters because we know when people are carrying a heavy physical weight, they judge physical activities as being more difficult. It seems like this is also the case when you're carrying a heavy mental weight. In the second part, participants who were asked to hide a big secret overestimated the difficulty of a task. Instead of throwing a ball at a target, they kept throwing it over, suggesting that they perceived the target as further away, or that they just had really terrible aim. And when people were asked to consider a really big secret, how much do you think about your secret? How much does it bother you? Those who scored as more burdened rated tasks that required physical effort, like walking a dog, as more difficult. So that metaphor about secrets weighing us down may actually be based in reality. Or is it?
Listen, I know you got secrets. This is why it's so difficult for people to be accountable for their co-creation of a relational situation that they now do not want. Do you understand? People are living double lives. If you're playing the victim, you're not being accountable. You're not saying, oh, I created this situation. This is how I participated. That's a secret many of us think we feel okay with going to bed and going to sleep with, right? You know how many people sleep with the skeletons of their accountability? Yes, double life, happy man, happy wife. Double life stands for DL, or DL stands for double life, right? And we already know the negative connotation that is associated with the term DL is associated with African American men because of Oprah Winfrey and the show she did about the whole culture that was happening in the South. I get it. But let's just keep it real. Everybody on the DL. Everybody's on the down low. Everybody's keeping something hush hush. More importantly, the truth of who they are. Do you know how uncomfortable people are with themselves on a day-to-day basis? Carl Jung talked about the mask years ago. He said it's a personality. It means persona. Come on. And now we're wearing hair masks, beard masks, mustache masks, butt masks, face masks. We got all types of masks on, right? Listen to what Krishnamurti says about it. He says, thought creates an image out of sensation. What is that? That's manifestation, right? That's manifestation, right? I want something, so let me pretend that I already have it. Let me fake it until I make it. Many of us are on the down low, living a double life. And most of us in intimate relationships, let's just be honest, we use. I think my grandmother said, it's okay to use people, just don't misuse them. Right? Down low. What are your real intentions for being here? What are you trying to extrapolate from my spirit? That might even be unbeknownst to you. What internal work are you doing to discover why you chose me? If I have an image about you and you have an image about me, naturally, we don't see each other at all as we are actually. What we see is the images we have formed about each other, which prevents us from being in contact. And this is why our relationships go wrong. Krishnamurti, freedom from the known. If I have an image about you and you have an image about me, naturally we don't see each other at all as we actually are. Think about that. What we see is the images we have formed about each other, which prevent us from being in contact. And that is why our relationships go wrong. Do you understand? You're on the down low if you're not your true self in your intimate relationship. With your kids, with your family, with your husband or wife, with your lover. If you're not the real deal, right? You say, well, I got to withhold something, right? Something must be withheld. They got to know everything? Yes, you're on the down low. Right? I know people don't want to hear it tonight, but in a world obsessed with image, success, and social conformity, many of us navigate life by wearing masks. We curate our external personas, concealing our inner realities, sometimes from everyone, including ourselves. In intimate relationships, this phenomena is exacerbated as partners present curated, sanitized versions of themselves to maintain peace, acceptance, and societal approval. Living a double life may not necessarily mean leading a covert existence of infidelity. It may involve hiding financial decisions, emotional turmoil, spiritual beliefs, or psychological distress. On tonight's show, we are seeking, if you're courageous enough to call me, we're seeking to explore the multifaceted consequences of living on the down low, the DL. When I come forward, I'm going directly to the phone lines. Oh, I got more time. Great. I love it. Okay, cool. Let me do this. Sula from Houston, Texas is on the line. Sula, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I think that's something that I struggle with right now is being in a situation that I'm not really happy with and just trying to face me being on the DL. I just ran across you not too long ago, and I think his message is meant for me to hear. So just some more advice on me being in a spiritual world but not really pursuing what I really want to do and what I feel inside of me is not getting accomplished.
Well, what do you want to pursue? Let's go there first. What are you trying to pursue, and what are you hiding? What pursuit are you hiding? What do you want? And let's get it.
Yeah. Honestly, I just want peace.
Okay. And how are you going about cultivating peace?
To be honest, I ain't really acted on it in a while. It's been a couple years.
Mm-hmm. So do you want it without working for it?
No, absolutely. I'm willing to do the work. I just feel like I've been surrounded by chaos.
Why?
Because in my growth, as you had mentioned on a couple of your other podcasts, in your growth, you're always going through something.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this persona that I should just be on, and show that I got everything together. But in the truth, my DL is I don't got it together.
You stay with me, Sula. We gonna work this out, okay? We gonna work this out because I can sense where you're going already, and we're gonna work this out. You and I, we gonna break it all the way down. When we come forward, we're going back to Houston, Texas.
Is this the fun? Oh no. Is this the fun to take my heart to wipe your feet on? Oh, is this the fun? Don't wipe your feet on me. If you won't give me what I've been missing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A new report shows that healthy Black women are more likely